Hello and welcome to your chocolate making workshop. Over the course of the DVD, I'm going to be taking you on a mini chocolate adventure and showing you how this delicious treat goes from this to these. Now, I'll also be testing your palates and showing you the difference between good and bad quality chocolate. Now, we know that the best thing about eating chocolate isn't the tasting, but the second best thing are in the benefits to your health. So I'll be showing you even more reasons why you should be getting more chocolate into your life. And finally, I'm going to be making 4 mouth-watering recipes, delicious on their own, or as a great starting point for you to get creative. What you'll need for this recipe are 100 grams of granulated or caster sugar, 350 grams of organic whipping cream, 1 vanilla pod, 250 grams of butter at room temperature. Now we're going to make some vanilla cream truffles. First thing we're going to need is this, which is a vanilla pod. Now, if you've never used a vanilla pod before, it's very straightforward. The first thing I need you to do is to take the back of your blade, that's the blunt side. I wouldn't be doing that if it was the sharp side. Okay, so take the back of your blade and I want you to press down on the pod so you flatten it out, like so. Okay, so flatten out the pod like so. Now take the tip of your knife and working away from yourself, I want you to cut into the pod, using enough pressure to cut through the top of the pod, but not so much pressure that you cut all the way through. Okay, so let's see how we did there. And there you go, and your pod should open like that. We're now going to scrape out the seeds that are inside the pod. So we're taking the blade and have it at a kind of a 90-degree angle. We're scraping right along the pod like so until we've taken out all of the seeds. And there they are. How beautiful is that? Have a good old sniff. Tastes fresh, tastes clean, very nice. Okay, so we're just going to scrape that into our cream like so. When you're caramelizing sugar, you really need an even distribution of heat across the pan, and that's not easy to achieve. So if you move the sugar around in the base of the pan, then you make sure you get an even distribution of heat through the sugar and it melts evenly. What you're looking for is the sugar to turn a kind of an amber color. Not only that, you want it to go a kind of glassy consistency. And what I mean by that is you can see the light kind of bouncing through it. I'm just going to pour my cream in slowly. You'll notice that when you add the cream, there'll be kind of a whoosh effect. That's a technical term, okay? And you want to take that nice and slowly, okay? Because you do not want caramelized sugar bubbling up over your pan. Okay, and to that mix of cream and caramelized sugar, I'm just going to pour my chocolate straight in. Look at that. Now that chocolate's all going to melt nicely in the heat of that cream and that sugar. It's going to get all runny and gooey and sticky. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So now we get to the really exciting part. We've made all of our recipes, we know how to melt and temper the chocolate, so all that's left is to finish them off by getting really creative. And here's some examples of the ones I've made already. Here I've taken some fudge, I've rolled it into a ball by hand, I've dipped it in white chocolate, and I sprinkled it with those lovely crystallized rose petals, which gives that nice pink color to it. Here I've taken one of our pieces of nut brittle and I've dipped one side in milk chocolate and the other side in dark chocolate. This, for example, is a piece of our gianduja, which I've cut into a circle, dipped in milk chocolate, drizzled with a bit of white chocolate and popped some almonds on top. But really, it's entirely up to you. You can be as creative as you like. Really, really have fun because that's what it's all about.